Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another review. This review is on the Creos Ps270 and it is another review. It's a year on. I've absolutely hammered this brush and I wanted to give you an update review on why I think this brush is well worth the money and is a superb brush. So I'll give you a little rundown of the brush if you're not used to it and don't know about the Creos range. I first picked up the Ps270 over a year ago and come across the brand. These come out of the Iwata factory, so I've been told. So you are getting an Iwata style brush at a cheaper price. So if you're on a budget, they're well worth a look at, guys. So this is the brush we are doing the review on today, and I'm going to give you my in-depth, honest opinion on this brush. We'll do a little spray test. I'll drop some pictures up of the things I've done with this brush, some of the recent projects and things like that. So the actual brush itself is a double action airbrush. So you've got down for air, back to paint. This is a 0.2 needle and nozzle setup in this, so you can get some cracking detail down with it, you really can, and you'll get some good coverage down with this brush as well. You've got a cup to the top with a lid, and that's where you would put your painting on the top, just there. To the front of the brush you've got your crown cap. Now I always work with the crown cap off, so it exposes the needle, so when you get tip dry you can just clean it straight away like that. To the back of the brush you've got your adjuster, so you can dial in your trigger, so you can set how much distance your trigger comes back, but I always work with that fully open, so I've got full adjustment of the trigger. Now the pieces that I like on this brush that I think are really cool, guys, is the shape of the body. Where this angles back is really comfortable to your hand when you hold it. You just pick it up and it just feels so comfortable. I've got the Ps270 as well. Now I would prefer the 771 to have the sloped body like that. Makes it more comfier holding it. You've got the Mac valve to the front. Now if you don't know what a Mac valve is, when you clip your quick connect to the bottom and you get your air pressure out like that, you can dial in your air pressure to the front like that. You can turn it off and you can wind it out and you can dial it in, and that is really handy when you're painting and you're going from a thicker paint consistency and you open that right when you're getting a lot of air out, and then you drop down to a transparent or a really thin paint. You can dial that in when you're painting on the fly, and it is great when you're working on close-up stuff because you can just dial that straight in. If you've not got that and you've not got an adjuster, I've got one here as well on the actual line coming on the quick connect. If you've not got that or that, you are leaning over to your compressor and you're dialing your pressure in. And there's nothing worse stopping what you're doing, turning round, stumbling under your table to where you've got your silent compressor and you're fiddling around with the air pressure, when you can have it on the front of the brush there, or you can get one on the quick connect there. So if you've not got it there, I'd recommend one there. But bonus if you've got one of these brushes, or you've got an Iwata, because Iwata do the ones with Mac valves on the front. They are really good. So that's a bit about the brush. Nice chrome body. As I say, this is over a year and it looks absolutely mint. It's perfect, all inside the cup's nice. I've put solvents through this, water-based acrylics, because that's the range that I use, is the Golden High Flow, and it's all water-based. So I've bounced from water-based to solvent. I've chucked solvent thinners through it, airbrush cleaners, you name it, it's near enough, damn it, gone through this brush. And it's a year on and it's absolutely spot on, guys. So what we'll do is we'll just chuck a little bit of paint in and I'll just give you a little show why I think this brush is really good. So I'll stick the compressor on and I'll see you in a minute. Right, we've got a little bit of paint in there. I've got a little bit of opaque. This is running about 25 psi, and as you can see, atomises the paint really well, and that's what I like about this brush. It's nice and comfortable, and the trigger on this, if you can see the PS771, the trigger's straight up. This one slopes down, and that's what I really like about the trigger on this. I prefer the trigger on the PS270 than the 771. As I say, if they'd have done the 771 with the sloped back body here, that trigger, but the softness of the trigger of the PS771, but with that slope on the front, it would have made the brush even better. But as you can see, you can get right down with this brush. Tiny little dots, and then you've got your nice full back spray pattern there. It's just really nice to work with. Comfortable, nice bit of weight in the brush. You can get two hands nice and comfortably holding it. You can hold the Mac valve at the front and steady yourself with the brush. You can dial in the air to what you want, you can hear that. For the money, guys, I paid £116 for this when I got it, and it is worth every penny. It really is. It's not missed a beat. It's performed every time. And if you get a bit of stubborn paint in there, it's like before this video, I hadn't picked this brush up for quite a while, and there was a little bit of paint in it, and I chucked a bit of cleaner in there, and it was like nothing was coming out the end. Just pulled the needle back, dropped a bit of thinners in, put my finger over the front of the brush, blew back on the air, bubbled back a few times, blasted it through, done. In about 2 minutes, lovely clean brush, and you're chucking paint in it again, and you are good to go. And that's what I like about an airbrush. Not too much faffing around when it comes to cleaning. It's just nice and easy. Fill the cup up with cleaner, drop the lid on, shake it, blast it through, and you're good to go. You're painting again quick, and that's what I like about it. I have spent a good, say, 3-4 hours on one piece like a portrait with this brush, and it's been absolutely fine in your hand, nice and comfortable. If you get any paint on the body, just a quick wipe down with thinners, job done. You've got the cup to go on the top, so if you are using and sticking to one colour, that will save your paint drying up in the cup, so you can use it with the cup on or off. But as you can see, super fine lines. It really does get down on the details, this brush, and the trigger is really sensitive. They're nice fine little dagger strokes. So it's one of them brushes you can put your trust in. It works, you pick it up, you know what it will do. If you've had this in your hand and you own one, you know exactly what it can do, and that trigger will hit that every single time you pick this brush up. You know when that paint's coming out. I mean, I've got the whole Iwata range, and again, superb brushes. All my Iwatas that I've picked that are on my display stand, they're outstanding brushes, and I'm just glad I've got this, 3 of this range as well. Just got the ultimate in brushes, so I can go and pick any of them up, and I know exactly how all these brushes will perform with the paints that I use, the brand of paint. I know exactly what consistency will go through every brush when I need to use them. and it's just nice to know that, have that peace of mind that you've just not got to worry. I stick to one brand of paint and will always stick to that paint because I know it works, and I have no dramas airbrushing at all with any of my brushes that I've got. They all perform great with the paint that I use. It's very rare I'll jump over to another brand. I've tried other brands, but always go back to the Golden just because I think they're really, really good guys. Great paint. And I will always stick to Iwata brushes because they're brilliant, and spray guns. I've got a load of Iwata spray guns. They're really, really good. And the 3 Creos that I've got, brilliant. Recommend all of them. All the reviews I've got on the channel, you'll see my airbrush reviews, and I've gone through the whole of my range of brushes, and I don't slate any of them. They all serve their purpose and they've all been brilliant. They really have. So that's the opaque. I've battered that piece of paper with opaque, but sprays absolutely spot on. And transparent, exactly the same. If that's doing that with the opaque, you know full well it will spray transparent even easier because it's a thinner paint, and that's the opaque gone down. So that's my little review, a rerun review, a year on the PS270. Cracking brush, it really is. For the price, if you're a beginner, I'd recommend it. I've recommended this to some people that have come over on the channel and they've brought one, and I've had great feedback on it as well because they are an outstanding brush. They really are. They work, no dramas. So there you go, there's my piece of artwork. Probably sell that for millions. No. You've seen it drop down the transparent and you've seen it drop down the opaque, just like in my last review, which when this brush was brand new. It's a year on and it is still performing spot on, and it has been battered, guys. This brush has done some work, it really has, and I've chucked all the cleaners through it, most paints through it, and it still performs like it did when I got it out the box the first time round. So yeah, my thoughts on the PS270 by Creos. They are brilliant brushes, they really are, and I would recommend them to anybody, and I have, and people that I know have brought them, from beginners to experienced airbrush artists. So yeah, great brush. I hope you've enjoyed this little update review a year later. We have got a little treat that I'm going to open up. I don't know what's in this. I've had a parcel sent from f.a.b. Now, if you've seen my mini bonnet that I did, which had the Michael Caine on it, that actual bonnet was from f.a.b. These are fiberglass artist blanks. They do some great moulds, as you've seen in that video. If you've not seen that video, I'll put it on the screen. Click over and have a look at that one, guys. These artist blanks from f.a.b. are really, really good to work on. Nice finish. I've done a full paint job on the mini bonnet, so I took you through the stages of the primer all the way through, but you'll see that if you click over. And I got a message from f.a.b. They said they were sending me a parcel over, so I don't know what they've sent me. It's just turned up, so I'm going to open it in front of you guys. I'll just move that camera back a bit. I don't know what it is, but Sue said, oh, when you get it, send us a message, tell us what you think. So I'm going to open this now. I don't know what it is, but it's another one to do a test on, guys. So we shall see. I think it's going to be like a pass the parcel, where it'll have loads and loads of wrapping on it. Ah! Very cool. They've sent me a little note on the back as well. That's really cool. They've sent me a bottle top, and this is a flaked bottle top. Now the finish on that, guys, is absolutely spot on, and this is a mould that's got the flake already in it. That's really glistening. That is absolutely spot on. So that's a bottle top that f.a.b do. I'll put the link in the description where you can get these from, but yeah, we're going to do some airbrushing on this. So that's really nice. Big thumbs up to f.a.b for sending this out to me. That's really cool. So yeah, big bottle top. Might do like a beer logo on that or something for the studio. So that's by f.a.b. I hope you've enjoyed this video on the update review on the Creos, and I hope you can join me in the next video. It will probably be painting this, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.